Hello and welcome back to the Southwestern Vehicle Auctions YouTube channel, joined by me, Owen, the classic car specialist here at SWVA, and I'm here to bring you another classic car auction preview video. We're looking at 15 cars today that are in the auction. We've got a lovely selection. I don't know whether you can see some of the ones behind me, but they are fantastic. This is probably the best bunch we've had in for quite a while. I'm very excited to show you what we have. So we'll get straight on to the first one in this video. If you follow me, it's this lovely Ford Cortina 2000E over here. Now this one is lot number 62 in the upcoming auction, and it is a 1975 model. Obviously, the first thing that sticks out is the colour, and it's black. It's actually a special vehicle operations order, so it was ordered in this colour from factory, triple black, so the black paint, black roof, and the black interior as well. It is a very lovely car in very good condition. Now, interestingly, this car actually appeared on the Late Break Show with Johnny Smith. Now, I don't know whether many of you are familiar with that YouTube channel, but Johnny Smith basically does like a barn finds segment on the channel, and this was found in a barn. It'd been left there for years, in family ownership for years upon years, and he found it, got it up and running. They did in the video. The link to that is actually in the vehicle's listing on the website, so you can go and watch that for yourself. So it's got a lovely story behind it. Now, this car had an exchange engine, sorry, at approximately 82,000 miles. And obviously it's the desirable E-spec as well, so lovely car. Now, the ownership on this car is very interesting as well in terms of how long people have had it for, because I think it had two owners in the same family from new. And then the vendor is a third-party chap who's put it into the auction. But so there's only two recorded owners on it. So yeah, it's low ownership example. It stands in really good condition today. If you've watched the video of it driving as well, it sounds amazing. It went pretty well as well. So lovely car this. We've got an estimate on it of £10,000 to £12,000, and I think that's the going rate for a Mark III Cortina in the modern market. It is a fantastic little car, and I think whoever ends up with it is going to have some real fun. Next up in the video, we've got this beautiful Morris Minor Traveller that's come to us. Lovely car, this one. It's got a lovely story behind it as well. Obviously finished in the almond green. Lot number 43 in our upcoming spring classic car auction, 1966 Morris Minor Traveller. And I've got to say, it's a very honest and very nice example of a Morris Minor Traveller. Very original it feels as well. So this car is actually come to us from an older lady who lives out sort of Blandford way, and her husband unfortunately passed away. He bought this car for her. He passed away, and now all the proceeds from this car will be going to Weldmar Hospice Care in the auction. So all proceeds to charity from this car. And like I say, very nice, honest example. The wood in good condition, no visible signs of any major rot or anything like that. Exterior, pretty good for its age, I'd say. It's not concours by any means. I think it's definitely very hard to find a concours example in the current market, but it's very good on the body for its age. Interior, very good as well. It's obviously in that paler green interior that sort of contrasts with the almond green on the outside. Lovely example, this one. Got plenty of history to go with it as well. Fantastic example. We've estimated this one at £5,000 to £6,000, but if we can get some more money than that top bracket of the estimate, that would be fantastic, because obviously, as I say, all proceeds, including our commission and premium, go to the charity on this one. Well, next up, we bring you three cars in a row, and we seem to be getting a bit of habit of this. Another late entry Fiat X19 here. Last time out, we had a navy blue X19. It was a late entry. This time, we've got another late entry X19, and what they both have in common is they're both low mileage examples. This one, just 52,000 miles from new, 1988 example, lot number 64 in the auction. And that 52,000 miles is warranted. Thankfully, with it, we've got the original Fiat X19 Bertone book pack with it, which includes the service book. And we've also got MOTs for a certain period of time as well. So putting them two together, we can actually warrant a mileage just 52,000 miles from new. Now, this one has been owned by the vendor for the past year or so. The vendor is actually a very passionate X19 man. He holds a strong interest in him, and he bought this one due to his interest in him. He's owned them before. He bought one again because he thought he was going to enjoy it. He has enjoyed it for the past sort of year or so, but a year down the line, he's realised that due to his age and other aspects that are going on in his life at the moment, it's not really something that he can have or use to its full potential. So it's for somebody else to enjoy now, which is always nice to pass it on to the next custodian. Now this one's finished in grigio metallizzato, which is basically just metallic grey in Italian. Sounds a lot more exotic than it is. Over a navy blue half leather interior. Now externally and internally it's in fantastic condition. Obviously it's got the detachable hardtop as well. History wise, it's got over £7,000 worth of invoices, so plenty of history to go with this car. Like I say, low mileage example. These X19s are just gradually going up in value now. The last one we sold was over £10,000. This one's got an estimate of 6,000 to 7,000 on it, and I think for that sort of money, if you pick it up at that, it's a good buy, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it creep over a little bit more. Next one in the row, we've got a rare car. This one, this is a 1972 Hillman Avenger GT, obviously finished in this beautiful, I think it's sunburst yellow, Sundance yellow, sorry, that's the colour. Now these cars, there are just 6 left registered on the road in the UK. So this is one of 6 cars, 6 Hillman Avenger GTs on the road in the UK. So we talk about rarity, it doesn't get much rarer than this. This one has been fully restored. I would say pretty much nut and bolt, as you can tell by the condition of it here. Yeah, just a lovely car. There's a few little bits on it, but I think as to the patina, it's nice to have a car that shows that it's, you know, not just rolled off the factory floor. It's had plenty of work done to it. Comes with plenty of history. Recently just passed an MOT test as well, so it's got, you know, the ticket of roadworthiness for the next year, so that's always a positive thing to have. In fact, MOT to March next year, so nearly a year's long MOT on it. It was actually bought by the vendor in 2021, and he spent pretty much the whole of that time getting the work done on it. In fact, it was literally only just completed before it came into us. So yeah, very nice car. Interestingly, it was valued at just £4,250, and that was when it was a rolling restoration project before the vendor bought it. So if it was worth that as a rolling restoration, I hate to think what it is worth now. Speaking about finances, we've got an estimate of 8.5 to 10.5 on it, and I think for a Hillman Avenger GT, which, you know, are quite sought after, are this rare, I think if you can pick it up towards that top bracket, even that would be a good buy. But because of its rarity, I really wouldn't be surprised to see it get some more. But lovely car, that one. And moving on to another lovely car, not quite as rare, but definitely becoming rarer. They're very desirable TVRs. This is a TVR Chimaera, first registered in 1994, lot number 42 in our upcoming auction. Now this one has been extremely well looked after in its time of being alive, if you like. It's got over £23,000 worth of invoices in the file for, you know, parts, work, labour, services. It's got literally everything with it. It's got the TVR owner's handbook, which includes the service book, which includes the early history. So it's done just 73,000 miles from new, this one. Lovely example. There's a few bits here and there on the body that probably need doing. The interior is in okay condition. The driver's seat could probably do with it, you know, a bit of working with, but there's no major rips or tears or anything. It's literally just cracking for where it's been enjoyed. Obviously these ones are powered by an adaptation of the Rover V8, the 4-litre Rover V8 this one's got in it, and I've got to say it goes like something off a shovel. It is a lovely car. It's got that raucous noise that is so commonly associated with TVRs. This green is beautiful. It's a sort of, it's called Cooper Green, sort of an adaptation of British Racing Green over that lovely cream leather interior. Lovely car, this one. We've got an estimate on it of 6,000 to 7,000, and I think if you can pick a TVR up for that at the moment, that's a good investment. There's only going to be less and less of them on the road. You're going to make money on it, and also for £7,000 you've got a lovely convertible to enjoy over the summer months. Next one, we've got a lovely little blast from the past here for some of you of a certain age. Lot number 53 in the auction. This lovely example of a Vauxhall Nova GTE, one of just 46 examples left on the road in the UK, so another rare one to bring to you. I'm very excited to show this one to you. These things are incredibly rare, and to those of you who are a certain age will resonate very much so with you. 1989 model, this one, 88,000 miles from new, and it's had just 2 long-term owners. First owner had it for 27 years, and the current owner has had it from 2016. So it's been in good hands, it's in good nick, it's had lots of work done to it. Invoices in the file amounting to nearly £5,000. 2019, cam belt and water pump were replaced, so it's had all the stuff done to it. It is a lovely car. Like I say, there's barely any of them left anymore. When do you see it? This one's finished in Calypso red over the grey cloth interior with the bucket seats in the front. Lovely car. I think it's we talk about hot hatches in the modern day, but this is sort of the first incarnation of a hot hatch. It's powered by a 1.6 litre engine in it, and it produces 99 brake horsepower. So those of you who are boy racers back in the day, in the late 80s and 90s, have that chance to relive that part of your life again, because this car, like I say, is a little pocket rocket. We've got an estimate on it of £7,000 to £9,000, and I think that is, if you can pick it up for that, that's good money. Some examples are going for 10, some for 18. They're very desirable now, and they're only going to go up in value because of their rarity. So yeah, estimate 7 to 9, and your chance to pick it up in the auction. Bringing you on to this one now, lot number 78 in the auction. Lovely Rover 3500 SD1 SE. Now this one's got a lovely story behind it as well. Another rare one, in fact, because there's only just 16 3500 SEs left on the road. SD1s, as it is a rare. To find a 3.5 is even rarer. Although this one isn't just what it looks like on the surface. It's been owned by the vendor since 1987. It's a 1982 car. So he bought it when it was just 5 years old. He actually bought it from another auction house back in the day for the sum of £2,600, which, if you think about what that is in today's money, quite a lot of money. So yeah, bought it for 2.6 back in 1987. And in that year, or around that time, he actually decided to have a 3.9 litre Rover craft engine put in it and swap the automatic gearbox out for a manual gearbox, a 5-speed manual gearbox. So now the 3.5s anyway are a pack a punch, but this really does. It is a tremendous car to listen to and drive. In fact, we'll insert a little clip of it running here. Lovely sound to it. So yeah, as you can hear there, beautiful sound to this Rover 3.5. And yeah, so the chap's owned it for 37 years. There's over £10,000 worth of invoices in the file, so loads of stuff to go with it. Finishing this beautiful red, which I think catches the eye beautifully compared to some of the other colours like brown, like very 70s, 80s colour, but the red pops nicely, and it's over a very sort of period, 70s, 80s, brown velour interior as well. It's got the sunroof, it's got everything you need with it. Lovely, lovely car, this one. It's got an estimate of just £5,000 to £6,000 on it, and I think that's very good money. I think it's going to go for more because it's a very clean example. It's just been looked after extremely well. Obviously, it was stored from 1999 on to recently, recommissioned, had all the work done. Fantastic example. If you pick this up, you're a very, very lucky man or woman indeed. And from this Rover, we've got this lovely example of a 1968 Volvo Amazon 122S estate. Now that is the crucial part, because these estates are incredibly rare. It's not often you find them, and we're extremely lucky to have this one in the auction. So yeah, lot number 51 in the upcoming auction. Most importantly, first thing off the bat, it's got an MOT till January next year, so it's had that recent test and it's given its roadworthiness for the next year, so that's a good starting point. Now this one, obviously rare and desirable Amazon estate, as they're called elsewhere in the world, is the S model, which makes it even rarer. One of just 110 registered on UK roads at the moment, and it's been in the possession of vendor for the last 8 years, so it's got a good background to it. Lovely condition, finishing this beautiful sort of polar glacier white over a navy blue leather interior. Now this car is a beautiful example, really. It's had new carpets, which totaled nearly £600. It's got old MOTs and invoices with it. It's got pretty good history file for what it is. Yeah, they're very actually usable, sort of utilitarian classic, really. You know, it's got the drop hatch boot on it as well, so you can fit plenty in there. It actually comes with 4 spare wheels, the original wheels for it, so it comes with quite a bit. Popular cars, these. Not often you see them come to market, and we are lucky to have one in our auction. This one comes with an estimate of just £8,800 to £9,800. To be honest, I think it's going to make more than that. Lovely car. They do fetch more than that. Lovely example, and here's a chance for it to be yours. Now, it's not often that we feature the big American cars here at SWVA, but I'm very excited to show you this one. There's been a lot of interest in it already. In fact, it's even attracted my interest a little bit because of just how sensational the history is in it and the condition of it is. It's lot number 38. It's a Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz, first registered in 1984 back in the USA, and this one was imported to the UK in 2010. And the amazing thing about it is it's completed just 20,000 miles, warranted mileage from new, and that is thanks to a rarity on American cars that are imported is a service book. It's very rare that we get imports that have got good history with it. This one does, and it covers that extremely low mileage of just 20,000 miles from new. So like I say, it's got the service book, which has got history. in it from 1985, when it was 1 year old, up until I think it's about 2018 to 2020, somewhere around that mark. And then MOTs carry it on the rest of the way. So we can warrant that 20,000 miles from new, which is just exceptional considering how old this car is. Obviously, it's the Biarritz model, convertible, one of just 3,300 convertible models made. I think they were made for 1 year only in 1984. Might have that wrong, but yeah, still, rare old car. There's only 3,300 made. Like I say, beautiful example. This white with the navy blue soft top and the interior in it as well. It's like sitting in a posh lounge. It is just so spacious. So, I mean, you've got to have a big enough garage to keep one, but for those of you that can, I think this would be a perfect little buy for you. Obviously, you've got that. You've got a lovely big American V8 lump underneath the bonnet as well. Beautiful, beautiful condition car. We've got an estimate of £8,000 to £9,000, which I think for how much car you're getting in size, really alone is just an absolute bargain. I wouldn't be surprised to see if it gets a little bit more, but yeah, beautiful car with beautiful history, and I think you'll be very, very lucky if you do pick this one up. Now, very happy to bring you another one of these. It's got number 58 in the auction, Triumph TR3A. Obviously, we had one back in February, and now we've got another one here right now. I'm very fond of these TR3s. I think they're fantastic little cars, really, for what they offer. They just have that beautiful classic look about them. They are fantastic. This one finished in a beautiful eye-popping red. It's got lovely patina about it as well. Not completely sort of mint or concourse, but it just shows signs of age, which is beautiful. Interior's in lovely condition. This one has had just 4 owners from new, with the first 2 owners alone having it for 20 and the second owner then for 36 years. So it's been well looked after throughout its lifetime. Owned by the current chap since 2019, and he's looked after it well. He's a chap who's restored, built many a car, specifically Lagondas, but obviously love this Triumph as well. He's done all the work to it. Fantastic little one, this one. It's got MOTs dating back to 1970, so good history on it as well as invoices with it. So got plenty of stuff with it. Lovely little car, the Triumph TR3As. Just can't get over just how good of an example this one is, just based on the sort of feel you get from it. It comes with the aero screen as well, which comes with the car. So if you fancy that sort of look on it, or want to do some sort of summer driving with the top down, then that option is included as well. We've got an estimate on it of 16,500 to 18,500, and I think to pick up a TR3 for that sort of money is sort of the going rate, but they can push to the 20s, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that one get there. From one red Triumph TR to another red Triumph TR. This one's a TR4, and lot number 69 in the auction, and we're talking about patina over there, we're talking about mint concourse over here. This car is absolutely fantastic, both inside and out, and it's had plenty of work done to it as well. We'll go through that in just a moment, but this car, home market example, matching numbers example, so straight off the bat, a quality car. It's had £10,000 spent on it in the previous ownership, so it's had lots of work done to it over a few years really. So yeah, very nice example indeed. It's got a comprehensive history file, and it's finished in the original factory colour of signal red. So this car was actually subject to a restoration in 2006. That was the first part to it, and then in 2016 again it had a full panels off respray restoration, which was then when it was restored back to its former factory colour signal red, which you see it in here today. Lovely example, this one. It's hard to find like this. The vendor actually bought this one from the Classic Motor Show at the NEC a few years ago, and it's come to us now because he just doesn't use it enough anymore and he's looking to sell it. So beautiful example. TR4s like this are not easy to come by. I remember we had a TR4 a little while ago now that was not in this sort of condition, needed a bit of work, and that was sort of £10,000. So this one is a phenomenal example. I think it's going to make some strong money indeed. It's got invoices in the file. It's got MOTs with it as well. It's just a fantastic car. I think they're so hard to come by a nice example in the current market, and this one right here is staring us right in the face. We've got an estimate on it, £16,500 to £18,500, and I think that is good money really for what you're getting. You're getting a complete car. It's been fully restored to a high standard as well. Where can you find another one? It's one that I'm very excited to show off. Got number 67. This one is a 1982 Audi Quattro UR. Now this one unfortunately comes to us from a deceased estate. It's one of 7 vehicles from the Thornton estate, and I think we'll probably have to do an entirely separate video on those cars because there's some fantastic ones from there. They all deserve some exposure. But this one is probably the standout of the bunch. It's, like I say, Audi Quattro, and it's, to just add to its allure, it's just got this fantastic Audi Sport livery on it, which I just think harkens back to that brilliant era of Group B rally that excites so many people. I think that livery is going to attract lots of people into it alone. It is a fantastic example. It's showing just 81,000 miles, but unfortunately, we don't have any history with it because it was mislaid after Mr. Thornton, who owned this car, passed away. So unfortunately, no history with it, but I think if you just look at it, it's a fantastic example. I think the livery just tops it off completely. Despite having no history, to get it back running and on the road again, we've actually helped the lady out who's selling this, the widow, by getting a new starter motor and battery fitted on it. So it's all up and running now, ready to go. It's got that brilliant 5-cylinder Quattro engine sound to it, 2-litre Quattro engine, beautiful, beautiful sound to it. Sounds just beefy. Yeah, lovely, lovely car. These Quattros are extremely rare now. In fact, there's only 198 left licensed on the UK roads, so very hard to come by. It's a perfect example. Don't get me wrong, it probably needs a few bits here and there if you're into that sort of thing, but if you want to just get in it and take it away, then it's that type of car as well. We've got an estimate of £30,000 to £35,000 on this car, and I think for a Quattro that's liveried up and goes, that's a good price. And I think if you can buy it for that top bracket, even then it'll be a good price. So yeah, really excited to auction this one, really excited to have it in. Brilliant car. Another one I'm very excited to bring you, and I think is probably sort of in the top 4 of some of the cars we've got in this auction. I bring you this lovely Ferrari F355 F1 Spider, one of just 1,053 Spiders made with the F1 transmission inside. So this Ferrari's got major Formula 1 connotations actually. The Spider was actually unveiled at the 1994 Monaco Grand Prix, or 1995, I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but 1994, 1995 Monaco Grand Prix, and it is in fantastic condition, finished in this beautiful, and I think it sort of breaks the mold of what a Ferrari is, finished in the beautiful Giallo Fly yellow over a black leather interior with yellow stitching. So beautiful matching interior to the outside, just sort of tying it in together nicely. Obviously these F1s, they're powered by the automatic transmission, but they don't actually have the standard automatic box. They literally just have paddles, just like a Formula 1 car. So if you want to feel like an F1 driver, this is the car for you. Now, another one, interesting, this one is actually imported from the States, Washington in the US, and it was registered into the UK in 2020. And another brilliant thing about this is we've got the history from its time in the States, which is so good to have, which warrants the mileage of just 25,000 miles from new. 1999 car with 25,000 miles on from new. Beautiful, beautiful example. You don't see many of them at all. Obviously, unfortunately, it's left-hand drive, but I don't think that affects it one bit. These things are rare as anything, and if you know your Ferraris and you're into your Ferraris, you'll know exactly what this model means. It is a fantastic example, condition-wise. Sound beautiful as well. Lovely, lovely car indeed. Like I say, it's got all the history with it. It's had the time belt change just 400 miles ago as well, so it's had the recent work done. It's not been sort of just left to stand. It's had the work done. We've got an estimate on this one of £37,500 to £42,500, and I say to you, find another one for that price, because you can't. Find another one, because it's, that is very, very cheap for one of these. I would not be surprised to see it make more. Lovely, lovely thing. Pop-up headlights, just everything about it. Just beautiful Ferrari. I want to give it a big hug. Lovely Giallo yellow Ferrari here for you. From one Ferrari to another one that I'm very excited to show you. It is this beautiful Ferrari 360 Spider, first registered 2004. This one comes from the Patrick Havel estate. One of 3 cars from Mr. Havel's estate. Unfortunately passed away, but this one comes to us and it is just beautiful. From front to back, inside and out, stunning, stunning car. Now this one finished in beautiful Ferrari Rosso, so the typical Ferrari red, over a Kramer interior, Kramer leather interior, so red over cream leather, beautiful black dashboard, stunning, stunning car. Now this one was originally delivered to Stratstone Ferrari in Manchester in 2004, and it's just a stunning, stunning example. Now the story behind this one is that we lack some later service history on it, unfortunately, in terms of a service book, but it does come complete with the complete Ferrari book pack. And it was actually taken to Cyprus as well at some point to be part of a private collection and was imported back to the UK. But Mr. Havel's had this one since sort of 2017, I think. So He's a man that looked after his cars very well. I highly doubt that he just sort of left this one to not be looked after, because it is a stunning, stunning car, and he was very much into his cars. Now, these 360 Spiders are powered by a 3.6 litre V8, which sounds absolutely raucous. Take a listen to this. Like I say, absolutely raucous. That V8 right there produces 400 brake horsepower and a 0 to 60 time of 4.5 seconds. So like a rocket ship, basically. And how often is it you get a chance to buy a rocket ship that drives on the road? This rocket ship, 45 to 50,000 pounds as an estimate. I think it's worth every penny. It's the epitome of an affordable supercar. You'll look the business in it, and yeah, convertible, Spider, everything you possibly want. Just another lovely, lovely car. Can't wait to auction this one. Here we are then, last one of the video, and easily the star of the show, this one. Lovely example of a 1958 Jaguar XK150 fixed head coupe. Original UK right-hand drive, matching numbers example. Stunning, just absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to take a moment just to admire this car, because it is just beautifully done. Now, this car was bought by the vendor's late husband in 2012 as a rolling restoration, and he restored every nut and bolt of this car from 2012 up until, I think it was a couple of years ago, before he passed away, unfortunately. And we sold a couple of cars for them, for the vendor before, and for her husband before he unfortunately passed away. So we've dealt with them before, and this one has been waiting to come to us for a little while. And like I say, it's beautiful. Finishing stunning Cotswold blue, which I think just is very period, suits it down to the ground, better than some of the silvers and greys and blacks and greens that you see them in. This one pops nicely amongst other XK150s over a newly trimmed grey leather interior, which looks fantastic. Again, very 60s. We saw this colour in DB5s, in Jaguars, all sorts of sports cars of that era. Like I say, beautifully, beautifully done. This car comes with the heritage certificate, which traces all the way back to the first owner, Mr. William Slocum, who bought it from Wembley back in 1958. And also that heritage certificate also proves it's a matching numbers example. Like I say, beautiful example of an XK150 fixed head coupe. There was only 1,367 of these made for the UK home market. So to find one is rare. I'd hate to think how many are actually left on the road in this current day. Beautiful, beautiful example. We've got an estimate of 55 to 60,000 pounds. And to find another example like this, I think you'll struggle. This is easily one of the best XK150s I've ever seen in the flesh. Very, very nice one. This is your chance to come and get it. Lovely, lovely car. Right, that concludes the video. Another classic car preview done. There'll be one more probably out before the auction on the 25th of April. But yeah, we've looked at 15 cars today. I hope you've seen something you like, because there's plenty here that I and the team like. There's so many nice cars here. Something for everyone, we believe, just like we always aim to do. I'm so excited for this auction. Should be a really, really good one. We hope to see you here. And now, just before we end the video, a few rules and information for you on how it works, basically. So viewing days will be taking place on Saturday the 20th, Monday the 22nd, Tuesday the 23rd, and Wednesday the 24th of April. You can see the dates and times on our website. So if you want to come down and view, you're more than welcome to. No booking required, just come down and have a look. We can start the cars for you on viewing on request. All right, so that's another thing that we offer. Obviously, all cars that are in this room that you've seen in this video, or ones in the background of this video, are all on our website now, so that you'll be able to see all the information and pictures on the listings. So yeah, that's basically it. We open registrations on the 20th, Saturday the 20th at 9 o'clock in the morning, close them at Wednesday the 24th at 10 p.m. So you've got a short little window to register there. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and I look forward to seeing you on the viewing days.